Charlie bit my finger. One of the most popular videos on YouTube, and the odds are that you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to go ahead and put a link down below. But again, if you're on YouTube, odds are you have seen it. Anyways, the question is, why is it so popular? So popular, it has so many views. That's the question. And the answer is demographics. Demographics is data compiled on certain individuals in a society or a community. And it's kind of like stereotypes. It's like these certain types of individuals, whether male, female, certain age groups, they like certain things. For example, a demographic would be, again like a stereotype, women. Women are more inclined to buy salads when they go out to eat than males, save for the great majority. I'm not saying that men never buy salads when they go out to eat, but women are more inclined. So that's a compiled demographic. That's data compiled. So when a company tries to market salads in a commercial or whatever it is, they generally make ads that are more appealing to women. There will be times that they make ads more appealing to men because they know that since that's not generally their demographic, since they already know that women are going to go out to eat and buy salads, maybe they'll make commercials to market towards men. They're like, okay, we already have women buying these salads when they go out to eat, but how can we get men? So they try to use other demographics to get them to buy the product. Anyways, what does it have to do with this video? Whenever you make a video on YouTube, whether it's me or someone else, you try to apply to as many demographics as possible. You try to appease or appeal to people's likes and desires. Okay, for example, I'm going to take myself for example. Okay, when I make a video, one demographic that one of my hugest, I don't want to say problems, but barriers with me is language. Language demographics are huge. When I make a video, the demographic of people who watch my videos is people who speak English. Okay, I'm not saying that no one else watches my video who doesn't speak English, but that's the great majority of the people who watch my video. And the reason is, there is nothing else in my videos that can be entertaining or nothing factual that they could relate to because they don't understand my language. I could be speaking the greatest things in the world, but since there's that barrier for language, they don't understand what I'm saying. So the people who watch my videos, they have to speak English in order to understand what I'm talking about. Now, there's ways to overcome that, and I do so in some of my videos. For example, say if I'm not talking in one of my videos and I'm doing something crazy or kooky, I'm dancing around. That breaks through the barrier of the language demographic, because now someone, say who speaks French or Chinese, whatever language it is, they can appreciate something in my video. They can find entertainment in my video, and so doesn't have to speak Spanish, doesn't have to speak English, doesn't have to speak my language. And in doing so, I'm opening my video to basically the whole world. Anyone in the whole world who speaks any language could enjoy my video, because I'm doing something that goes beyond language. You don't have to understand the words that I'm saying. And a perfect example, this video right here. This video right here is not going to be popular with anybody in the world who doesn't speak English, because I'm not doing anything other entertaining or anything other that someone of another language could be appreciative of. They just don't understand. They just see me sitting here talking and they don't understand what I'm saying. Again, if I'm doing something crazy, if I am singing or something else that they can appreciate, that you don't have to understand the language to appreciate. But there's nothing like that in this video. All it is a person talking at a camera. So you have to speak English to get the gist, to appreciate the video. Okay, so language, that's one huge demographic. Religion is another demographic. Age demographic, and also gender is a demographic. Now this video, Charlie bit my finger, it opens up to all different type of demographics. Now I know you're probably thinking, but wait a minute, they're speaking English in the video. That's true, but the way they get past it is like I was explaining to you. There's something else in the video that people who don't speak English can understand. And that's generally not generally, that's like the child speak. Okay, even though they're speaking English, it's kind of like the giggly, nonsensical talk, even though you don't understand exactly what they're saying. Say I speak French. Even though I don't understand exactly what they're saying, I know that when children talk, a lot of times they're not really saying anything because they're still learning their language, whatever language it is. And I'm still able to appreciate other aspects, the humor behind it. Like when the brother gets his finger bit by the other child, so on and so forth. There's something else that I can appreciate just visually, where I don't have to speak the language. So right there, that bypasses the language barrier. Anyone who speaks any language in the world could appreciate that video because there's other things besides just someone talking at a camera or just besides someone giving a speech or something like that. So, language barrier. Now, it's open to anybody who speaks any language in the world. Okay, what about age? Okay, even though, say I'm dancing around in a video, doing something dumb, okay? Even though anyone in the world can appreciate that, say an older person, say 70 years old, they're like, oh, that's dumb, they don't think that that's funny. Then that's going to take away that demographic. Say someone in the age group from, say, 50 to 100, they're not going to appreciate my videos because they don't respect that type of comedy. Say only people from age 15 to, 49 could appreciate something like that. Okay, so now back to the Charlie Bit My Finger. Who can appreciate that type of humor? Where, kids talking nonsensically and the kid biting the finger, so on and so forth. That can encompass all different types of age groups because, for one, everyone at one time or another has been a child. Everyone knows what it's like to do silly things as a child. A lot of people have children and they notice certain things like that in their own life. And even children themselves, they can find humor because they can relate to it. They know what it's like to do those nonsensical things. So, first of all, broke the language barrier. Anyone who speaks any language could appreciate that Charlie Bit My Finger video because there's something else in the video besides just language that you can appreciate, in humor or otherwise. Now, the next thing, age demographic. The Charlie Bit My Finger video broke that demographic because anyone of any age group can appreciate that. Even a little kid or even a very old person could see that and they can find humor in it because, again, they have themselves either been a child or whatever it is, and they can in some way relate and appreciate that humor. Okay, now the next thing is, say, race. People of certain races like certain things, whether it's certain music, certain types of food, whatever it is. So we'll go back to the Charlie Bit My Finger. What can people of all races appreciate out of that video? Again, as with the age group, people of any race have still at one time been a child. You know what it's like. Regardless of what your race is, you've still been a child, and also a lot of people, again, have had a child. And every race of child, their children do nonsensical things like that. They joke around. It's still cute. Regardless of what race, ethnicity it is, kids do cute things. So now, the race demographic. You broke anybody of any race. Or again, let's go back to my video. Say a person of certain races, they don't like talking about certain things. They're like, well, I don't like talking about reviews of videos or whatever it is. I mean, that's kind of hard to say. You can't say a certain race of people doesn't necessarily like talking about, I don't know, whatever it is. But it could be. It very well could be. And so that's another barrier for my video. And it keeps shrinking down the possible people who may view the video. Like I said, first off, there's some odds, 6-point-something billion people in the world. Okay, but how many people speak English? Okay, so that's my demographic right there. Okay, and then out of people who speak English, how many people of this specific age group like my video, and how many specific people of race. And now what we're doing with the Charlie Bit My Finger video is we keep going further. It's like, okay, people of all different types of ages can watch this video, people of different types of languages and races can watch this video. And now how about gender? Same thing. No matter, regardless of what gender you are, again, you've been a child, or perhaps you have children, and you can appreciate that humor. There's something in that video that you can relate to. If at the very least, the fact that you've been a child, you know what it is like to be a little kid and do those silly things, and you can find humor in that. So, the last thing, another huge demographic is religion. And you're like, okay, why would religion have anything to do with it? I'm going to give you an example. Certain religions don't eat pork. Like people of the Islamic faith, Muslim people, they don't eat pork. I don't believe people of the Hindu faith, they don't eat pork. Huge demographic of individuals. For example, Muslim people, people of the Islamic faith. There's over 1 billion of those people on the planet. That's a huge demographic. And people of the Hindu faith, I don't know any of the numbers on that, but it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people of the Hindu faith. So, for example, say in one of my videos, regardless of what I'm doing, say I'm eating something of pork, or maybe I'm talking about pork. That totally ruins that demographic for my video. Because they're so opposed to eating pork, they might not want to watch it. It offends them so much, they're not going to watch my video. So that's over 1 billion people out of the 6-point-something billion people on the earth that's absolutely not going to watch my video just because I'm talking about pork. So there's things with religion that you could talk about, discuss, or certain visuals that would deter people from watching your video. Or certain sexual things, like say you have a little bit of sexual humor in your video, and there's a lot of people who are really devout to their religion, and they don't like that, and so they won't allow themselves to watch the video. They won't allow their own children to watch the video. So that keeps on shrinking your demographic. Now, this Charlie Bit My Finger video, it goes beyond the religious demographic as well, because there's nothing in there that could be construed as offensive to another religion. There may be some minute little things that some religious person disagrees with, but as a whole, there's nothing in that video that a religious person would feel offended by. They're not eating any type of food. So regardless, say you don't like eating pork or chicken or certain type of vegetables, whatever it is per your religion, they're not doing that in that video. There's nothing sexual going on in that video, which is a big thing with religion. They don't like certain sexual acts or even discussing it. There's no offensive language in there. No huge things in any, known main, really big religions that is going on in that video. Again, it's just children being children. And also, again, anyone in the whole world can relate to that because everyone at some point has been a child. And so, huge demographics. This video has went beyond the barrier. Like I said, the religious demographic. Okay, the great majority of people in the world are religious. Some religion, whether it's a Christian faith, Islamic faith, a Hindu, some Judeo, whatever it is, they're of some faith. So when you make a video, if you're doing something that's offensive to these huge groups of individuals, they might not and probably will not watch your video if it's extremely offensive. Like I said, eating certain foods or sexual, whatever it is. This Charlie Bit My Finger video went beyond that. So now it's open. Anyone of any religion pretty much can appreciate and respect the humor of that video. Of genders, male or female. Anyone in the whole world, male or female, can appreciate that video, again, because you were a child, you can appreciate that type of humor. Anyone of any specific race, again, because you're a child. And you know what it's like to be a child. Perhaps you have little brothers and sisters, you have kids of your own. It's something you could understand, you could relate to. People of any language. Like I said, it's not just someone like me talking in front of camera. It's little kids, and again, they do have little conversation amongst themselves, but there's other things in the video that the people of that language can appreciate. So, in concluding, that video is very popular because it can appeal to pretty much anybody in the whole world. It meets the demographics of anyone in the whole world, pretty much anybody. Again, there might be little small things that they're doing that maybe someone of some religion doesn't agree with, or just somebody just really wants to be a jerk. Oh, that's not funny, or maybe somebody had a hard childhood, but even that, somebody had a hard childhood. Maybe they're like, well, I had a hard childhood, but this makes me happy because at least someone's having a good childhood, you know. So even to that group, it's funny. It's almost impossible to find a demographic of individuals who don't like this video. There's no demographic of individuals that won't like that Charlie Bit My Finger video. It's the only people who don't like it are just specific individuals, not really in any demographic. They just, for whatever reason, just want to be mad or mean, or just act like they don't like the video, if anything. But it's so open and expressive of humor in such a general way that anyone can appreciate that video, and so why it's so popular. And now, in proving my point, I want you to take a look at all the top videos on YouTube. And if you'll notice, there's something in there, in all the videos that can be appreciated but by all types of people. For example, music. People don't realize, but music is another one. Say like the Justin Bieber and the Baby song. Okay, you're thinking, well, wait a minute, they're speaking English, so how can someone of another language appreciate that? It's because it goes beyond the vocals into the sound. You know, you could go along with the beat. And so even though you don't speak that language, you can appreciate the music, or you can appreciate the dancing. There's different races in that video, you know, because Justin Bieber, he's white, and Ludacris is black. So different people are different races. Plus, Ludacris is rapping, Justin Bieber is doing his pop music. So say little kids or girls who like pop music, they like that. Say older people or certain race of people like the rap music. And if you go through all the videos, you'll notice that they all encompass these huge demographics, and that's why they're so popular.